Hello everyone, welcome to Reading with Reference. My name is Kim Christopher. I am a reference librarian with the Haverford Township Free Library. And today, as part of our online ongoing video series, I'll be sharing with you some things I have read recently as reading recommendations. So here I have the manga series, Banana Fish by Akemi Yoshida. And well, what is Banana Fish per this very unusual title? Nobody knows. It's a complete mystery. This rumor people whisper to each other on the streets, is it a person? Or is it perhaps even an Indiana Jones-esque kind of holy grail object? Nobody knows. But the mystery of Banana Fish itself began in the year 1973 in the waning days of the Vietnam War, where a soldier suddenly goes on a bloody massacre, killing the members of his unit with no explanation at all other than the words, Banana Fish. And, well, fast forward 20 years later in New York City, where young gang leader Ash Lynx is very unwittingly dragged into the mystery of Banana Fish when a dying man gives him a vital clue to his existence. And from there, as a result, infighting begins within Ash's own gang, as well as between the criminal empire of Dino Golzine and, well, things begin to escalate even further, where an all-out war begins, and politicians, the police, civilians alike, they're all dragged into this race to try and figure out what Banana Fish is and to get their hands on it. And yeah, so there's a lot of reasons I would highly recommend Banana Fish as a read. It's a very popular series when it was released in Japan in 1985, as well as overseas. It's gotten several novel spin-offs, stage play even, as well as recently an anime series. But I would base my recommendation today on, for now, just what critics have said, and I agree with what they say, where Yoshida, she successfully took several Japanese manga genres and blended them together to create this story. Shonen and shoujo in this case, young men and young girls manga, where the artwork in the story, instead of it being sort of what Wikipedia calls flowery artwork, with big bug eyes as they put it, it has sort of, for the better lack of words, this strict sort of lines, action sequences that you would only find in a shonen manga. And yet, at the same time, it's shoujo because it focuses on a love story and interpersonal relationships. It's not so much shown in this first volume. I had to keep reading on after this left on a cliffhanger, unfortunately, to see how the rest of the story unfolded. But, yeah, just focus on a love story and interpersonal relationships that you find in shoujo manga as well. And while they say she was more of an influence on the genre, at the same time, this does include the element of the yaoi manga genre, or the same-sex relationship between two male characters. In this case, Ash Lynx and another male character in the story. But yeah, she does an excellent job blending all those genres together to create this engrossing mystery story where you never feel confused about what it is, because usually, manga genre is 6-1. If it's shonen, it's going to be the action, comedy, or drama, depending on what the story is. Shoujo is just going to be that love story, interpersonal relationship. Or yaoi, again, is going to be that the same-sex male relationship, and sometimes even very erotic. Yeah, you never feel confused about what it is. In some ways, it's almost a genre, undefined genre as of yet that she created here with this story that just makes it a very fascinating, engrossing read. And so, yeah, I highly recommend Banana Fish as a read. And after reading the first volume, you'll just be left wanting more. So, yeah, I highly recommend this as a read. And last, here I have the graphic novel Batman, Last Night on Earth. And, well, Batman, he's the last night on Earth because the DC world has ended. All the heroes and villains, they're either dead or in hiding. Superman, the Man of Steel, greatest hero of them all, he's dead. Nothing remains of the old DC world that we know and love, just shadows and shattered ruins. And amidst this is Batman, somehow transposed to this futuristic hellish landscape with no explanation or reason at all, seemingly unaged, and no resources or backup, just his wits and his skill to help him. And so, in his journey to try and figure out how this all came to be, he makes an sort of ally he never expected to ever have. The Joker, now a disembodied head in a jar. And, well, on the journey these two take across the ruined DC world, Batman, with his steely resolve as a hero, that everyone can be saved sort of mentality, you begin to see that even Batman begins to doubt that perhaps not everything can be saved after all. And so, yeah, this is just a really great standalone Batman story. If you love Batman, you will love this story, I assure you, as well as all the other storylines they did after the New 52 reboot of the DC Universe. But also just this powerhouse team of Snyder, Capullo, Glapion, and Plasencia. I know I got the name wrong there, but yeah, just the artwork in here, the coloring, the story, it's all epic. It's yeah, I would base my recommendation, one of my recommendations at least, just on all this power team that did this series. It's amazing, but also just to see that unlikely team up between Batman and Joker. There's no, enemy of my enemy sort of scenario that forces them to team up. They need each other to survive in this hellish landscape where Batman, who is, sort of losing his faith, like I mentioned, that everything can be saved. Joker, of all people, who's insane, and his arch nemesis provides something of a voice of reason, and he's the narrator in this series also, just trying to keep Batman going instead of, trying to beat him down and the like, or kill him. But yeah, so it's very interesting to read this series just to see this team up of these two famous arch nemesises, and I'm sad that it didn't go any further than that because it's a very short read. I read it in one sitting very quickly, but perhaps that was intentional as part of the creators, sort of leave the door open to tell future stories, because all the characters, the heroes and villains who survived in this storyline, their backgrounds aren't explained. Nothing just saying that the apocalypse happened, we got on with life, but nothing showing what happened to them during that apocalypse that Batman was missed, that is. But, yeah, so I highly recommend Batman Last Night on Earth as a read because of that, all those elements and much more. And again, if you love Batman, you'll love this, as well as alternate future story timelines as post-apocalyptic ones as well. This has it all. It is a great standalone Batman novel. And, well, that is everything I can say about these two things in the time that I have here today. And until we talk again next week and Reading with Reference again, please know that the library is now open. The hours are Monday through Wednesday, 10 to 8, Thursday, 10 to 6, and Friday, Saturday, 10 to 5. And please check Catherine's Tech Time video for how to search our catalog and request items, as we are still doing our contactless curbside pickup as an option, as well as regular requests. So please do check out our videos. And until we see each other again next week, I hope you have a wonderful day, everyone, and take care.